let's just jump into what's going on right now, because what are the Republicans doing in terms of this looming shutdown? Donald Trump this morning, after we talk for a few minutes, we're going to play it, again, blamed the Democrats for a looming shutdown when they have the House, they have the Senate, and they have the Oval Office. So let's just jump in right now. What are they doing, and why are they trying to gaslight the country into pinning this on the Democrats?
As you pointed out, Donald Trump is the president. He's a Republican president. Republicans have majorities in the House and in the Senate. It's their responsibility to fund the government. It's our responsibility as Democrats to try to find a bipartisan path forward, if available, but only in a manner that meets the needs of the American people. And we've been very clear as the opposition party that we will not support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people. We are in the midst of a extraordinary Republican healthcare crisis, largest cut to Medicaid in American history. Hospitals, nursing homes, community-based health clinics shutting down because of what Republicans did in their one big ugly bill. The country faces a potential $536 billion cut to Medicare if Congress doesn't act by the end of the year because of the consequences of the Republican attack on health care. Republicans refuse to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits, and as a result, over the next few weeks, at least 20 million Americans are going to experience dramatically increased premiums, copays, and deductibles when the cost of living in America is already too high. And on top of all of that, Republicans have effectively shut down medical research in the United States of America. This is like an immoral situation that has been visited upon the country. And Democrats are not going to participate in the continued Republican efforts to jam up the American people in terms of this healthcare crisis that they've created.
Yeah, to your point about things being more expensive, everything is moving in the wrong direction. So we do have this clip from this morning where Donald Trump said that the economy is doing well, that inflation is basically gone, and then again laid all of this at the Democrats' feet. Sam, can you play that clip real quick?
Well, we're going to see, but the radical left Democrats want to shut it down. I mean, it's up to them. We have a great economy going. You saw the numbers yesterday. They're fantastic. The economy's doing well. Prices are down. We have virtually no inflation. Everything's going good. We're respected by every nation in the world. And you know what happened? The Democrats want to shut it down. These people are crazy, the Democrats. So if it has to shut down, it'll have to shut down. But they're the ones that are shutting down.
Donald Trump is divorced from reality.
Yeah.
The notion that he's suggesting all of these things that Democrats are allegedly demanding of our Republican colleagues is so far beyond the pale. Of course, he's lying to the American people. Republicans in the House and the Senate are lying to the American people. Our position is simple. 8 words: cancel the cuts, lower the costs, save health care. That should be simple enough for Donald Trump to understand.
Right.
We are not going along to get along as it relates to this Republican health care crisis.
And this is the kind of fight, to be honest, that the Democrats are looking for from our leaders like you right now. We're looking for you to say, no, I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to stand up for the health and the safety of the American people, because there's only one party that seems to care about that right now, and that is the Democrats. Because the Republicans, they're basically running away. I mean, Mike Johnson is canceling votes. Like they're running away from their own constituents, and why? Because they know that they're not doing anything to serve them, right? Essentially,
That's exactly right. Donald Trump canceled the White House meeting.
Mm-hmm.
House Republicans cancel votes. Democrats are simply saying, cancel your cuts, because those cuts are devastating the quality of life of the American people. And we're not going to let Republicans continue to gaslight everyday Americans as if things are going in the right direction. We know the country is broken right now, and they've broken it on all of the things. And particularly as it relates to this fragile moment where such destruction has been brought to the health, the safety, and the economic well-being of the American people, and is about to get worse, we just are not going along to get along with that extreme crowd.
Right.
They have the House, they have the Senate, and they have the presidency. If the government shuts down, it's because Republicans want to shut the government down. They're trying to sweep us into this thing But we're not going along with their partisan, reckless Republican spending bill. Just like every single Democrat in the House and in the Senate strongly opposed the GOP tax scam because it ripped away Medicaid from the American people. They were stealing food from the mouths of hungry children. And they were doing all of this in order to enact massive tax breaks for their billionaire donors. And we said, no, thank you, strongly. And that continues to be our position right now.
And thank you for it, because I'm a mom. You're a dad. Like, I'm worried about the world that I'm leaving behind for my kids. I don't think that Republicans or Donald Trump are giving any of that a second thought, which breaks my heart a little bit, because this is much bigger than politics. So they're going to be inflicting pain on the American people with a shutdown, which is just going to compound the pain that they're already inflicting on the American people with their policies, with the big ugly bill, with what they've done to, like you said, to healthcare, to SNAP, to nutrition assistance. I mean, these are people who are going to suffer. You've talked about this. People are going to die, and Republicans just don't seem. It's like you can't reach them. You can't break through. I don't understand that.
Yeah, we're not going to participate in this, Republican crime wave that's being inflicted on the American people through their vicious policies. And the reality that when you close hospitals, you close nursing homes, and you close community-based health clinics all across America, including in rural America and in urban America and small town America and the heartland of America and Black and brown communities all across the United States of America, people will die. That's how serious this moment is. And that's why Democrats are on one side of this fight, standing on the side of the American people.
And these tariffs are hurting his voters too. The tariffs don't care about who these people, the farmers, et cetera, have voted for. So, I mean, he's hurting his own voters. And when people really start to feel this, which they already are, but when they really start to feel this, it could be too late, where it's like, we have this moment now to do something, and we may not have this moment again. So that's again why I'm so appreciative of the Democrats, of you and your leadership standing up and saying, this isn't just for Democrats. This is not just for your voters. This is for all of the American people, and Republicans don't even care about their own voters.
That's right. We're fighting for everyone. And what we've seen as a result of Republican policies, they're hurting the people they're supposed to represent. Hospitals closing in rural communities all throughout America that are more often represented by Republicans than Democrats. We're fighting for everybody.
Yeah.
Because the pain that has been inflicted by Republicans and Donald Trump impacts everyone, including as it relates to the Trump tariffs, which are raising costs for everyday Americans by thousands of dollars per year. America's already too expensive. Donald Trump promised he would lower costs on day one. Costs aren't going down, they're going up. Inflation is going up. America has become far more expensive under Donald Trump. And one of the ways in which we can address this situation is that these tariffs should also be canceled. As a matter of public policy, Congress should take its authority back.
Yeah.
Republicans are unwilling to do it. That is something Democrats will do as soon as we get the gavels back in our hands.
Yeah, from your mouth to God's ears. Before we close, like, specifically, let's to the American people, make your case, your elevator pitch, so to speak. This is what the Democrats are doing in this moment as it pertains to a shutdown versus what the Republicans are doing when it pertains to a shutdown.
Republicans have decided to shut the government down because they want to continue their unprecedented assault on the health care of the American people. Democrats are willing to sit down anytime, any place, to have a conversation with anyone, but here are the conditions. Any legislation that we support has to be bipartisan, and it has to actually lift up the quality of life of the American people in terms of their health, in terms of public safety, and in terms of lowering the high cost of living, not raising the high cost of living. And these are issues that are universally applicable to everybody, particularly as it relates to healthcare. And our position is cancel the cuts, lower the costs, save healthcare of the American people. That's where Democrats are standing on the side of at this critical moment in the midst of the most unprecedented Republican created healthcare crisis in our history.
And what would you say to Donald Trump? Like, let put up the screenshot real fast of his post about canceling the meeting with you and Schumer. What would you say to Donald Trump in that meeting? So here he is. He says, after reviewing the details of the unserious and ridiculous demands being made, blah 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 blah, there is no meeting, blah 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 blah. So what would you say if you sat across the table right now from Donald Trump to him?
Donald Trump promised to love and cherish Medicaid. Instead, Donald Trump and Republicans enacted the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. We want to reverse those cuts. We want to keep hospitals, nursing homes, and community-based health clinics open. We want to extend the Affordable Care Act tax subsidies and tax credits that are supported by the overwhelming majority of the American people so we can keep healthcare costs down as opposed to seeing premiums, copays, and deductibles increase. We want to restore medical research because that impacts everyone as it relates to the ability to find cures for cancer and cure other terminal illnesses that are going to cause people to die if we're on the way toward making progress. But that progress is now being reversed. We want to protect Medicare and strengthen it, not see Medicare confront the largest cut to this earned benefit in history because of what Republicans have done connected to their one big ugly bill.
Yeah, and when these costs go up, they're going to go up for everybody because even if you have insurance and you can afford insurance, all those premiums, all those prices, it's all going to go up for everyone. So just again, compounding the pain for everybody.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Leader Jeffries. Thank you for your time. Thanks for indulging my show and tell with my bobblehead dolls. And I really hope that we have future conversations because the American people want to see what you're doing, which is leading the way, which is fighting and speaking truth to this abuse of power right now. We have a lot more to talk about, God knows, but thank you so much for joining me today on the Siren Podcast. Leader,
Thank you for what you do
Jeffries.
and
Yeah.
look forward to staying in close touch.
All right, great. Thanks so much. See you next
Bye
time.
bye. See you.
Bye.